The steps to solve a radical equation are 1. Isolate the radical, 2. Square both sides of the equation, and 3. Check your answer. Sometimes squaring both sides can generate extraneous solutions. In our first example, we want to add 2 to both sides. We now have the square root of 12t plus 4 equals 4. Now that the radical has been isolated, we can square both sides. On the left, the square and the radical go away, leaving us with 12t plus 4 equals 16. From here, we can subtract 4 on both sides. 12t equals 12. Divide by 12. And we get that t is equal to 1. Let's check our answer. -2 plus the square root of 12, replace t with 1, plus 4, and we're asking, is that equal to 2? -2 plus the square root of 12 plus 4 is 16, and the square root of 16 is 4. -2 plus 4 is 2. We get a true statement, so we know that t equals 1 is correct. In our next example, we again need to isolate the radical first. We'll start by adding 5 to both sides. The cubed root of 1 minus 2x is equal to 5. From here, notice we have a cubed root, so we need to cube both sides in order to remove the radical. We get 1 minus 2x equals 5 cubed is 125. From here, we can subtract 1. -2x equals 124. Divide by -2. And we get x. And we get x is equal to -62. This one we don't need to check because we cubed both sides. If you're using an odd power, it will not generate extraneous solutions. Extraneous solutions will only pop out potentially if you use an even power, like squaring both sides. In this example, we have 2 radicals, so we'll have to do this process twice, where we isolate the first radical, square both sides to remove the radical, and then isolate the other radical and square both sides to remove it. Let's keep the 3x plus 7 on the left, and we'll subtract the square root of x plus 2 to the other side. Now we can square both sides. On the left, the square and the radical go away. We're left with 3x plus 7. And now we have to deal with the right side. Notice that the right side is a binomial. The shortcut to square a binomial is square the first. 1 squared is 1. Double the product. So we're going to multiply 1 and negative square root of x plus 2 together and then double it. That gives us -2 square root of x plus 2. And then we want to square the second part. So if we square this piece, we're left with x plus 2. Negative square root of x plus 2 times negative square root of x plus 2 gives us just x plus 2. Now we need to isolate the other radical. Before we do that, we can combine like terms. on the right side. 3x plus 7 equals 3 plus x minus 2 square root of x plus 2. At this point, we can subtract 3 on both sides and subtract x on both sides. 2x plus 4 equals negative 2 square root of x plus 2. Notice this time the radical on the right is not completely isolated. We could divide by negative 2, but we don't technically have to. At this point, we could square both sides. When it's a product like this, negative 2 times the square root of x plus 2, we can go ahead and square both sides. On the left, we have a binomial squared. So again, we can do the shortcut. Square the first. We get 4x squared. Double the product. So we need to multiply these two together, 8x, and then double it to get 16x. And then square the last term. 4 squared is 16. And then on the right, we need to square the negative 2, that gives us 4. And then the square root of x plus 2 squared, the radical goes away, left with just x plus 2. We just need to distribute that 4. 4x squared plus 16x plus 16 equals 4x plus 8. From here, we need to set it equal to 0. So we'll subtract 4x on both sides. And we can subtract 8 on both sides. We now have 4x squared plus 12x plus 8 equals 0. Notice this is a quadratic. We'll eventually factor it, but to help us out a little bit, let's divide by 4. Make that coefficient on x squared 1 to make our lives a little bit easier. We now have x squared plus 3x plus 2 equals 0. At this point, we can factor. We want two numbers that multiply to 2 and add to 3. Those are 2 and 1. From here, we'll set each factor equal to 0. And we'll get x equals negative 2 and x equals negative 1. So it looks like we have two answers. But remember, whenever you square both sides like we did here, you can sometimes generate extraneous solutions. So we need to go through and check our answers. Since we have two answers, we need to check these separately. So let's look at negative 2. Square root of 3 times negative 2 plus 7 plus square root of negative 2 plus 2, we're asking, is that equal to 1? On the left radical, we get negative 6 plus 7. That's the square root of 1. And then in the right radical, we get square root of 0, which is just 0. Square root of 1 is indeed 1. So it looks like negative 2 is good. Let's see if the other one is good. Again, we need to plug negative 1 into the radical on the original equation. And we're asking, is this equal to 1? In the leftmost radical, we have 3 times negative 1 is negative 3, plus 7 is 4. So we have the square root of 4, plus the square root of negative 1 plus 2 is 1. So So we have 2 plus 1, which is 3, and that is not equal to 1. So that means our answer of -1 is actually extraneous. Our only answer is -2.